What's going on, y'all? What y'all doing, man? How y'all doing? We getting after it. Alright, well, unfortunately, some bad news. Unfortunately. So first and foremost, new carpet is in, which is plenty good enough for now. But unfortunately, things are not great with the game. So, yeah. So, unfortunately, we are going to have to restart. And it's not what I want to do. I was so looking forward to getting back. We had the server, we had, everything ready to go for May, and yeah. So, because of us unplugging the computer, what's going on, y'all? How y'all doing, man? So, what up, what up? How y'all doing? So, unfortunately, we have to basically build back better. Yeah. So, obviously, with the new carpet going in, along with moving the desk and everything like that, yeah, it's not great. I have no idea what that means, but all right. But yeah, so we're just gonna have to rebuild and go from there. I don't really have another choice. And we'll just go from there. Basically, I'm gonna put my team on the game tonight, since I do have to go back to work. But I'm going to put my team back on the game tonight, and basically we'll go from there. We'll see what the hell we can do. Now, it's not going to be perfect, but we are going to try and get it back to what we had it. And we'll go from there. As I said, it's not what I want to do. Um, but unfortunately, we have to. Um, so basically, what we're going to do is basically we're gonna remake the playlist, add in the descriptions, um, all that kind of stuff, and then go from there. But as we go along, we'll update each playlist, all that kind of stuff. And then basically it's just going to be building back better. I don't specifically know how well that's going to go. But I don't have any other choice because for some reason we lost everything. I don't know if that has something to do with the computer or the game. I know there was an update, so Lord knows there's probably a bug with that. So it is what it is, and we just go from there. I'm not particularly happy that we have to redo everything basically. But it is what it is. So that's going to be the case. I have no idea on when I'm going to be back. I would assume the weekend. I'm going to try anyway. But I don't really know, guys. So basically, I'm going to try and do a better job, first and foremost. And secondly, as much as I don't know how to, I'm going to try, and basically everything is going to stay the same. We're going to talk Detroit teams, we're going to talk sports, and we're going to talk farm sim. However, I'm going to try and be in the middle of that. And what I mean is that I have had plenty of people say, we'll pick a lane. And that's fine. You can tell me to pick a lane, and that's fine. But I'm still going to do both. I'm not going to do this one or the other. I specifically want to talk sports and talk farm sim. It is my two favorite things, and as I said before, this is basically an extension of my day job. And my day job is I work in sports radio. And, I put a ton of time, a ton of effort, all that kind of stuff in there. So I'm going to try and find a middle ground to where we can have, basically think of it as two silos. So one silo over here will be Farm Sim. What up, what up? And then, one silo here will be sports. So with that, I want to take and find a middle ground in between those two silos, so that way I can still talk sports and I can still do Farm Sim. However, let me be very, very, very clear on this. If you are subscribed to my channel, and thank you all for you subscribing, you guys who are subscribed are basically my second family. And the reason I say that is because of what's staying the same about this channel throughout however long I do this is going to be that my subscribers drive this channel. You guys drive this channel, period. I say it at the end of every single live stream. I will get to the other streams here in a moment. But that is not changing. That is not changing. That you, the listener, is what drives this channel. Period. As far as the other streams go, I have made the decision myself that those streams in specifically are staying on the channel. With that said, we have to grow. So what I mean by that is that when I come back, I am going to live in the middle ground of one silo here and one silo here. This silo will be Farm Sim. This silo will be sports. Now, will I talk sports on streams, all that kind of stuff? Of course. But the main priority is going to be finding that line in the middle ground and bringing it to you guys. And then what we will do is we will go from there. So all of the other stuff, the curveballs, the reactions, all of those types of things, do not worry. Those are staying on the channel as well. Basically, what we are going to do is we have tweaked a bunch of different things. And so, everybody has a task and they know what they need to do. as far as my listeners go, I say it at the end of every stream. You guys are the real MVPs. And I mean that with my whole entire heart. You guys stay the same. You guys do not have to worry about anything. You guys are what drive this channel. I want you guys to be involved as much as, myself and the rest of my team. So, with that, we still have to figure out Streamlabs. I don't know what the hell's going on with it. It just keeps kicking me out of YouTube and it won't let me go live. I don't know why. I will figure that out. Somehow, some way, I'm going to figure it out. Until then, when I get back, it is all systems go. We are going to be firing off content like crazy when I get back. With that said, yes, when I get back for now, stuff will be from the phone. Until I can figure out Streamlabs. If somebody has an idea of how to fix Streamlabs and it will stop kicking me out of YouTube, for the love of God, somebody please help me and let me know. Because I want to rip my hair out. I don't have much hair, but I want to rip my hair out. If I can figure that out, we will then go to the computer and everything should be good to go. When I get back, we'll talk Tigers. We'll talk Lions. We'll talk Pistons. We'll talk Red Wings. We have got a ton of content lined up. However, we have to rebuild basically everything in game. So, what we are going to do, what up, is we are going to attack it in a different way. And so, what we're going to do is episode 1 will be not a regular stream. And basically, here's what I mean by attacking it a different way. Instead of jumping on here and, doing the what up, how you doing? We'll end up doing the, instead of doing the regular delivery and, how's everybody doing and, all that, and let's jump into it. No, what we're going to do is, as I said, we're going to live in that middle ground of this silo will be farm sim and this silo will be sports. We're going to toe that line as much as we can. And then the rest of the stuff that's over here, we'll go ahead and do. But basically, it's still going to be every day. We're still going to do 7 days a week. We're still going to do all that. But what I want to do is I want to switch it up from, day to day. So, let's say, Monday we do farm sim. All right, so Tuesday we'll do a sports topic, or we'll do a reaction, or maybe I'll throw a curveball at you guys and just come on here as I'm doing now and just talk to y'all. Those types of things are the things that I want to do. Obviously, we're in the thick of it right now with, trying to move everything, get everything set up, get everything back to the way it was, and then we can go from there. But with each series, we're going to attack it very, very differently. And so, for instance, like here's an example. Like Grandpa's Farm, for instance. So, we're going to build the farm as EP1. Then what we're going to do is EP2 and beyond will actually start the series. So that way you guys can really see the behind the scenes stuff. And then we can go from there and really dive into each series as we go along. Because what I was going to... Yes, this is live. Because what I was originally going to do... Yes, this is live. What I was originally going to do was I was going to do like Lions, Tigers, Pistons, and Wings. To me, that's way too, basic. That's way too BS, right? So, what we're going to do is we're going to focus on the two silos that we have and then go from there. And so, I'm eager to get back. I am eager to get back. I'm chomping at the bit to get back. Because, we just have so much to talk about. And, we've got so much work to do in game. And just all of that. So, that is the type of thing that I am working on trying to get back. And please know, myself and my team are working around the clock to get back. And as I said, tonight I'm going to get my team back in game, let them take over, let them do what they got to do, and then we can go from there. Then that way, our save games will be set up, and, let's just say it's, Saturday, for instance, that I get back, right? So Saturday when I get back, we can hop right into that save game and we can start going on building the farm and going from there. And then we can really take this thing to the next level. And that's the thing that I'm going to try and stick to for the most part. And, as I said, I'm really eager to get back. I was talking to the missus last night, and I couldn't sleep and all that. And I was just like, I need to get back. I need to get back on the computer. I need to get back to YouTube. I need to get back to all that. And, you know, she just reminded me, like, hey, we're a team. We got this. We'll take care of it. So, shout out to the missus. Shout out to my team. And, you know, we'll just go from there. You know, obviously, I'm very bummed out, you know, but it is what it is. And, you know, unfortunately, things happen, and, you know, I wasn't expecting it to happen, but it happens. So, that's just kind of how it goes. But yeah, I mean, as long as I can get back and I can do to what we had, I should be all right. But basically, we're gonna remake the playlist. We're going to do all sorts of different things, and it's unfortunate that we have to do it that way, but I think it's going to be better in the long run for this channel, you the listener, and all that kind of stuff. Because as I've mentioned before, like, these are the two things that I'm very, very passionate about. My team knows that. You guys know that. You know, obviously, I have the pennant, I have the hat, I have everything. So, I'm very, very passionate about these teams and you know, obviously what's going on and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, I'm also very passionate about farm sim. So, that's the type of thing that we have to toe that line. As I talked about before, is that we're going to have this silo be farm sim and this silo be sports, and we're going to live in the middle ground, and we're going to toe that line to where one night we'll do farm sim, one night we'll do sports. It's going to be practically what we had, just in a better way, if that makes sense. That's really all I can think of for y'all, man. Yeah, so we're gonna go from there, and we'll see what the hell we can do. I'm bummed out about it, and obviously I got to figure out Streamlabs. I have no idea how to fix it, but I'm gonna find a way, and basically we'll go from there. And then, you know, for now, things will be from the phone. And then once I get Streamlabs fixed, we can go ahead and go from the computer. So, yeah, it's unfortunate. I feel bad, but, you know, it's kind of out of my control as far as, you know, losing the stuff and all that kind of stuff. So, I'm going to just do my best to, you know, build back better and try and be better. So, all right, y'all. So that is going to do it for this one. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I wanted to check in. New carpet is laid, finally, and man, it looks amazing. So, I will hopefully be back this weekend. If not, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will catch you guys on Monday if that is the case. If not, we'll see you guys Saturday or Sunday. Basically, I am doing everything in my power to get back. I am eager to get back, and I cannot wait to get back and start doing this again. So, yeah, that's going to do it for this one. So, hope y'all enjoyed it. If y'all did, drop a like, drop a comment. Love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all watching as always. We'll catch y'all on the next one, man. Y'all are the real MVPs. Love y'all, man. Later.